Hello, it's the Large Handsome Man. I'm looking to do a quiz review for you on sections 6 and 7 since I haven't seen or heard from you in a while. We've got a quiz on Friday on 6 and 7, so I wanted to do a couple of review problems. I'm going to look at some of the problems in your textbook on page 664, that practice quiz. Alright, if you look at the first one, it says find the equation of an ellipse with vertices at 3, -10, and 3, 6. First thing you want to do is find the center. That's the midpoint of these two. So the x-coordinate of the midpoint is 3. The y-coordinate of the midpoint is -2. So that's my h and k. All right. We are also told that the foci are at 3, -7. And 3, 3. Now if you'll look at these four coordinates right here, 3 is the x-coordinate in all four of them. That means that the x-coordinate's not moving. That means this is a horizontal ellipse. With that being said, the distance from the center to the foci, that is my C value. So the distance from 3, -2 to 3, -7, that is a distance of 5 units. So C is 5. Now in an ellipse, C squared equals to A squared minus B squared. That's important. Now if I've got a horizontal ellipse, this x minus h squared over A squared plus y minus k squared over B squared equals to 1. If this were a vertical ellipse, okay, then my y-coordinates for all of these would be the same. It would be my x-coordinates changing. Digging me? All right. Now the A value is the distance the center is to a vertex. How far is it from -2 to -10 or from -2 to +6? That's a distance of 8 units. So my A value is 8. To find my B value, I solve this equation. I put in 5 for C, get 25. I get 64 minus B squared. B squared equals to 64 minus 25. That's 39. Okay, so if I write my equation, I get x minus 3, because that's h, squared, a squared, 64, y minus k is 2, -2 I should say, and b squared is 39. That is my equation. All right. Now, when you are given the idea of solving for or finding the equation of an ellipse or a hyperbola, you do the same type of stuff. Now, the difference between an ellipse and a hyperbola is that this sign right here is going to be a minus sign for a hyperbola. Okay. The other difference is that in a hyperbola, In a hyperbola, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. That's the difference. So, in the problems 1, 2, and 3, where you're finding the equation, you're going to be able to use your textbooks and have all the equations available. So you shouldn't have any issue with doing this particular type of question. Okay. The next type, problems 4, 5, 6, and 7, involve something called the determinant. That idea can be found on page, let's see, page 653. Page 653. When you've got a conic section in the form a x squared plus cy squared plus dx plus ey plus f equals 0, then b squared minus 4ac, if that is negative, I left out my b term. Whoops. You got a bxy there. Sorry. I knew I left something out. My apologies. All right. Now, if b is equal to 0, and it typically will, and a and c are equal to each other, this is a circle. If b squared minus 4ac is negative, and if b is not equal to 0, or if a is not equal to c, it's an ellipse. If the determinant b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, it's a parabola. And if b squared minus 4ac is positive, it's hyperbola. So if we go back to that second part of that type of problem on page 664, and we look at the equation in question number 4, we got 9x squared minus 4y squared minus 36x minus 32y minus 64 equals 0. That's my equation. See that? Now my b is equal to 0. My a is 9. My c is minus 4. So 0 minus 9 times minus 4. That gives me 36. That is a positive answer. If it's positive, what is this? It's a hyperbola. All right. So let's look at solving a system of equations. Let's look at question number, oh, I don't know, question number 8. That'd be a good one. We got x plus 2y squared equals -6. You don't know, that's a parabola. And then we have x plus 8y equals 0. Now, it will be very, very easy to eliminate x in this particular equation by multiplying the bottom by -1 and adding. And so I'd get 2y squared minus 8y equals -6. I'm going to divide everything by 2. And I get y squared minus 4y equals -3. Factor. All right. When I factor, I get y equals 3, y equals 1. Go back up to the top. If I put in 3 for y, I get x plus 24 equals to 0. So x equals -24. When I put in 1 for y, I get x plus 8 equals 0. X equals -8. There's my 2 solutions. Now remember, when you have a system of equations involving conic sections, you can have as many as 4 possible answers, 4 possible order pairs that'll work, and you can have as few as no solution, right? So you can have 4, 3, 2, or 1. All right, so these are the types of questions on page 664, problems 1 through 13, that you're going to have on your quiz. Now, if you need to work some of those on your own, and then you need to get in touch with me, don't hesitate to call me. FaceTime me. I don't mind. Area code 205-292-3018.